how many times a day a message should be put out there, like in Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn. And of course, you can only put one time in YouTube because, you just post it. Yeah.
For every channel except for YouTube, shorts and reels is 3 times a day, usually
Three
max.
times.
Three times a day from what I've seen. Again, breakfast, lunch, and dinner is the perfect analogy because from what I've seen, if you upload too much in shorts or reels in the short content, they actually punish you for publishing content too fast.
How do you reach, these big companies, and why would they talk to you, and what values you'll bring to their 10,000, and what kind of affiliations you do and so forth? Kind of give us some ideas.
Message at least 3 to 5 different people in the company who are responsible for decision making. And lead with immense value for them first, 100%.
Yeah.
And try to get them on a call so you can talk and explain more about your idea.
Hi guys, this is Vinny Chopra again with Apartment Syndication Made Easy podcast. I hope you like my weekly show, Abundance Mindset with Vinny, 9 a.m. Pacific on Thursdays. Vinny and Bo show live again on Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific. And thank you so much. Today I've got John Weberg, right? Yeah. Weberg is here from Minnesota, and we're going to be really digging into some really, really cool stuff in marketing and business, how to grow your business, all those great things, because that's what it makes us, productive on a daily basis and grow our sales and all. John, welcome. Yeah. Tell us more about you. Yeah.
Thank you for the great introduction. And I want to say right away, you're the only person I know on podcasts that smiles just as much or more than I do. I think you smile, which I love. I love that. You smile more than I do. You're the only person I've met. But yeah, my journey has been an extensive one. I got started really young, for those who don't know. And I don't know if you know, but I got started at 12 years old, 13 years old.
Wow.
Yep. My dad brought me in, second generation, and I obviously wasn't even actually legally able to make money at the time.
14, I think 14 is the age. Yeah.
Right. So I was just working the business, doing my thing, and till I was probably about 16, 17, it didn't see much success. And then I started seeing a lot of success with affiliate marketing, especially. From there, started moving to consulting. We talked a little bit. I'm planning on launching a new company, my last exit company at 25 years old. Pretty big deal. And also, I read up more on you. And at some point, I like to discuss real estate. Even though I'm not into real estate yet, I think one of the biggest markets for real estate is people who are entrepreneurs and business owners first. They're looking for, where do I put my money now that I have a profitable business? Where should I put my money where it's sound, where it can grow while I grow my business as well? And I think that some of the stuff we'll go through on how to improve businesses, optimize them, we'll kind of cover.
Sure.
Generating more profits so they can invest in more real estate. And
I love it. So now let me ask you a question in the background. I see. Is that your funnel award? Is that right?
It's not ClickFunnels, but it's close. It's a broken record. ClickFunnels is whole. This one's broken. It's for affiliate sales. So among many different affiliate businesses I promote for, a good friend of mine, Joel Tarian, who I recommend for the podcast, really good friend of mine, owns multiple different companies, does a great job. And I'm one of his top affiliates in the whole company. So I got that, and I should have wore it, but I got a nice watch from him too. So
nice. I have a great friend of mine, Craig Shaw, actually. He's a Swiss watchmaker. He's got a factory right there, and very, very elegant watches, and also jewelry. He's into diamonds also. But the big thing was, I wanted to share with the whole world, he's working on a watch for $1 million. $1 million watch. He's built like watches for 100,000, 250,000, but this is going to be a knocker. It's going to be
a real nice. That's a good friend to have. I need to get me a friend who makes luxury watches.
I'll put you in touch with him.
That sounds good.
But tell us more, so what's your superpower now? What's your business and how you're able to add value to people? Yeah.
Definitely, I think it goes around what there basically is none of, and that's being a master of all, which is what everyone warns you about becoming. Don't master all trades, focus on real estate, focus on sales, focus on marketing. And because of my journey of when I got started, I was immensely broke. My family was immensely broke. We were living in someone else's basement in welfare apartments.
Wow.
So we didn't have a lot of resources. And starting this young in business, I didn't have someone to hire for a sales team. Yeah. I didn't have someone to hire for doing HR, for doing all these different skills, lead generation, and things you need to learn to grow a business. So I had to learn them myself. And over the years, I've amassed so much knowledge because before I could even make money, I spent literally years of my life learning from Frank Kern, learning from Grant Cardone, learning from many of the greats in sales and marketing and business. So I became basically a master of helping businesses generate more profits through whatever they need, whether it's their sales team, whether it's their follow-up, whether it's their lead generation. So I have an extensive knowledge. However, I will say that if I was to narrow it down, if I had to, it would be around email marketing and follow-up, because follow-up is the king of all conversions.
Yes.
And then also high ROI activities and actions, because as I've grown my business, especially I think for like solopreneurs and people of smaller businesses, I've learned just a small quick thing that, making partnerships and large partnerships is much more efficient than trying to generate customers one by one.
Totally. Surely.
Right.
There's a great book, by the way, 10x is better than 2x. And I think that's what you're saying, let's deal with the bigger customers, bigger clients. Let's solve bigger problems, I call it, and then you'll be able to reward it that many times more. You bet.
Hi, thank you for watching the video. This is Vinny Chopra. Please look at the 2 links in the description below. One is for the people who want to learn from me, join the academy and learning and all. And the other link is for accredited investors who want to invest with me. So please choose the right link, and back to the video.
Right. And also, I think you don't just produce larger results with what you're focusing on. You're saving a lot of time. You're saving a lot of energy spent on all those smaller things. So like, for example, right now, with my launch I have going on, it's developing, it's not ready yet. But what I decided to do as I was thinking about growing it, like I just said, I was like, well, maybe I should spend my time reaching out to customers. But I'm going, that's a waste of my time when I can reach out to companies to partner with who can bring in 10,000 customers or 100,000 customers at once. So I'd much rather spend my time on those big deals, big partnerships, anything that can reduce the time spent to produce the largest amount of results possible is primo.
So let me ask you a question. That's a very good point. How do you reach, these big companies, and why would they talk to you, and what values you'll bring to their 10,000, and what kind of affiliations you do and so forth? Kind of give us some ideas. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So one of the things that I'm doing that is just the easiest, most simple that anyone can do is real simple, just message, whether it's on LinkedIn, whether it's on Facebook. The founders, here's what you want to do. Message at least 3 to 5 different people in the company who are responsible for decision making, and lead with immense value for them first, 100%. And try to get them on a call so you can talk and explain more about your idea. So one of the things about what I'm doing that works so well is, number one, I'm doing that. 3 to 5 different people in the company, 2 of them or 3 of them aren't going to answer. By the time you hit 5 of them, 1 of them should answer at some point. Number 2,
so true.
In partnerships, your offer and your product or your services or what you're offering has to be equal to or above the partnership you are trying to make and create. So I have a very, very good, arguably, I would say what will be the best in the world product and training of what I'm creating. So I have an immense offer. And then also your offer of how you're going to benefit them. So for example, most partnerships, JV partnerships, hey, I'll promote your product and services, you promote mine.
Yeah.
Instead, for my example, my JV offer for the company I'm launching is, I'll give you every single lead I generate from the entire launch, a copy of every lead, every customer I generate. I'll give you and every person in your team, any VAs, free access, free training for their entire lifetime. and you'll get paid for every single customer you refer to me, and I'll also reciprocate and promote you as well. So it's a super JV offer, and that's what people need to do if they want to make big partnerships, or if they want to connect with someone like yourself who does multifamily real estate and make big deals. You have to have such an incentivizing offer that even though you aren't known, and even though you are not familiar with this person, it breaks past those barriers. And I want to say real quickly, even though I'm talking a lot, I want to say real quickly, that's kind of been, I guess maybe that's my super skill, is being able to not be known, being able to not be familiar with someone, but yet being able to make a deal or partnership, because I've had to, whether it's my skills or the way I talk or my knowledge I have to bring, I have to become Superman for every part of my business. And I think when people do that, especially for making offers, when they want to work with someone, when they want to mentor, when you become Superman, the best deal possible you can do in each situation, your percent chance of success across the board increases.
Increases very, very. I can just feel it, brother, in your talk, in your enthusiasm, your hand gestures. I mean, all those things, they're so important. A lot of time, lots of us have ideas. We want to communicate our services, our product and everything. But if you're not excited about it, if you're not really showing that zeal and enthusiasm, because that sells, enthusiasm sells. Talking up the benefits, like you said, those are the key to success of taking a product from the shelf and moving it further into their mind and, and everything. Yeah. I
think the biggest part of that is people underestimate through all communication how much your audience actually feels what you're saying. So, like, for example, I'm sure you get spammed on LinkedIn. Everyone who's on LinkedIn gets spammed on LinkedIn about 5 times a day. From everyone. And the only messaging that ever resonates is that which feels the most human and the most genuine. But the vast majority of all follow-up in general, follow-up on LinkedIn, sales messaging, any of that stuff, is it's not human. It doesn't relate. Like you're saying, there isn't the energy and the passion there. And that's what breaks through, because the vast majority of people aren't excited about what they're offering. The vast majority of people aren't so knowledgeable and so obsessed about their idea that they're willing to put their name out there, put their face out there, and really go the extra mile. So when your audience feels that, that's when they're going to resonate and buy from you, whether it's real estate, whether it's email marketing, whether it's an agency you own, it doesn't matter.
So let me ask you a question now. Email marketing you talked a lot about, and also how would you say LinkedIn we talked about? What's the best media right now, you'll say?
That's a good question, because Threads is a big drama. Of course, as you know, everyone knows, Twitter had the takeover as well. My perspective, honestly, is I believe none of them are the best, but if I had to choose one, it would be YouTube, because it's the closest thing to in-person feeling to the video, and it's audio and it's right there. However, in general, they all work the same. They all will work. This is the thing with marketing, sales, business strategy. You can choose to follow whoever you want, whether it's Frank Kern, whether it's Matt Cardone, whether it's Vinny, whether it's John, it does not matter. It's choosing to master this one method of lead generation, master this one social media channel, and then only once you completely master it, then you syndicate and start spreading out and working on the others.
Marvelous. And I know I've pivoted quite a bit into YouTube with my shorts and reels and others, and my VAs are able to put through Publer. Publer is a auto, you could schedule the same content, syndicate. Exactly, that's the word you used, which is amazing, because I really believe that you need different people look at these messages, social medias, different times of the day. So if you miss that, if it comes for breakfast or lunch or dinner, I call it, like your TV channel, you got to give some news. And if people missed it in the morning, then the people who do like to see it in the afternoon or so and so. So we should be able to schedule how many times a day. Let me ask you a question. I mean, you are the expert at it. How many times a day a message should be put out there? Like in Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn. And of course, you can only put one time in YouTube because, you just post it. Yeah.
Right. For every channel except for YouTube. Shorts and Reels is 3 times a day, usually
Three
max.
times.
Three times a day from what I've seen. Again, breakfast, lunch, and dinner is the perfect analogy because from what I've seen, if you upload too much in shorts or reels in the short content, they actually punish you for publishing content too fast. Because how the algorithm feeds itself is not just because of the length of time people retain watching videos, but also how they engage with your other videos. Because if they engage a lot with this video, they're more likely to engage with this one, so they send them to it. If you upload 10, you divert and lower the number of views per video, which tells them not to send as many people to each video. So for shorts, you like that, which I like.
I loved it. And you mentioned something about interaction. I mean, a lot of times people just get view. But what's the comments they come? That'll be something we could dig deeper into. How can we get more audience, the viewers, to interact?
Right.
Because that's the key to it, I think.
I think 2 things. One is, and again, I hate saying value because everyone says value, but I think I want to illustrate what value actually is. Value is some kind of piece of communication that actually solves the problem of your customer or gets them the solution they're looking for before they actually buy. Totally. And that means you want to deliver immense, valuable advice, strategy, ebooks. You want to give out as much free as you possibly can. Because then you retain your audience longer. The audience you do have is more likely to buy, and you build a deeper relationship. So, for example, something that if you look at LinkedIn, a lot of LinkedIn posts are, a paragraph or 2 with some helpful advice. But in some LinkedIn posts, like the ones that gets the most engagement and that I like the most, are almost like a thread of a whole story on how to do 8 different things at the highest possible level possible for sales, for example. They're very in-depth, very accurate, very detailed, and they give actionable things to do with social proof to support them and how to do them. So that's a huge thing. And I also think, like you said earlier, syndication is huge. One, because your audience sees different types of content at different types of the day, but also because the more your audience sees your message across each different piece of content, Facebook, YouTube, email marketing, you name it, is they build, again, even more familiarity. They build a lot more trust with you. And it's why, for example, Grant Cardone gets a lot of slack and also a lot of support. But one of the things he does best is business's speed and business's volume. And it is true. It's why he is so known, is because, and same thing with Gary Vee. Take a look at Gary Vee.
Gary Vee, yes.
Volume, being seen from as many different places, omnichannel as possible. It's the superpower. And one quick thing as well, it's what most large businesses do. You take a look at Coca-Cola, you take a look at any large company, they are creating, obviously across social media, all kinds of content. They have ads everywhere, whether it's on telephone, whether it's on radio, whether it's on TV. What they do is once you get to a certain point in growing your business, for example, if you're just using YouTube for ads, you have to be able to reach a broader market and meet your market in other markets they're watching communication. So that's what companies do when they get larger. Businesses should do when they're smaller is create content and syndicate it across all these channels as much as humanly possible. Focus on the most immense applicable value possible and repeat. It takes time, it takes a lot of energy, but it pays off in the long run when you build a brand that actually matters and that people care about.
I love it, John. You've added so many nuggets, so many golden nuggets. I appreciate you hanging out with me. How can people reach you? This is amazing. Yeah, what you have shared.
Thank you. There's 2 ways. One is on YouTube. Just look up John Weberg, watch my videos I produce for free. Just learn as much as possible. I try to produce very anti-promotional videos, more videos that are just education, teaching how to grow your business, how to optimize your business, how to start a business. And also go to Profitalize.com. Profitalize is basically the all-in-one resource any business owner can go to for the rest of their entire business career. You want to learn how to master sales, marketing, advertising, email marketing, anything we've discussed, and anything online business, there's a community for it, there's templates for it, and there's education from beginner to mastery level for it.
Awesome.
Everything you need all in one place. And I also, again, want to thank you for your time.
Thank you,
Yeah,
John.
I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you. I love the smile.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure. We'll see you. If everybody liked this content, please give us a 5-star reviews, because those really rise up and we'll be able to get better and better content and authors and different guest speakers. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Thank you, John. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you.